So it's the 29th of April, and this last couple of weeks things have started to grow quite a bit. There are some potatoes in here. The rest will be put in this weekend, along with digging this bed over, getting rid of as much of this grass as possible. Moving on to this bed. Really impressed with these onions. Filled a few gaps, whether they'll come up or not I'm not too sure. I'm really impressed with those. Some nice big ones as well. Some of these broad beans, some are doing really well. Others have took a bit of a battering. I've also started to put my peas out as well. Now, sorry, tripping over stuff. I've not seen so much blossom on this since I've had it. I think cutting it back in the winter done it some good. Same with my other fruit trees. Rhubarb is rhubarbing, growing really well. Already started to harvest some of this. And then my raspberries, they are growing. There is signs of growth. So we'll keep an eye on them. My daffs are pretty much come to an end now. Started to pinch the tops off, so all the goodness goes back into the bulb. Again, lots of blossom on this apple tree, with more to come by the looks of it. Down there is just a bit of a jungle. Some grass, some flowers, sown some wildflower seeds down there as well. Unfortunately, there's not much blossom left on the pear tree. But it seems to be doing really well. I think last year it struggled a little bit. Again, I cut the top off that. It seems to have done it some good. Forget-me-nots. Yeah, you can't really see those. Chickens are... What's she doing down there? She's found something. There's been a lot of growth on my Blackberry Bush. Lots of new growth as well. Again, I cut this back last year, and my plan for it to be like some sort of shelter for the chickens seems to be working. And now into the greenhouse. So the greenhouse is pretty much full at the moment. I've got some more broad beans waiting to go out. There's a few more there. Got some kale, more kale. Sown a few sunflowers and courgettes, and then there's some more courgettes in there and on that one. There's some pumpkins in there, and then I've got my runner beans. My lily that lives in here is doing really well, along with some potatoes that I put in a container. It's half filled with compost, the other half is filled with the bedding from out the chicken coop. Then we've got some chard, some lettuce. Once they go in the ground, those ones will be transplanted, and then I'll sow some more. We've got some peas along there as well. We've got some cucumber in that one and that one. Then we have got in the square pots some French climbing beans, and in the round ones we've got sweet corn. Mine went blank then. I've only sown them today. Oh yeah, I was going to show you my onions, weren't I? Some nice size onions developing. I've sown all that stuff, a load of stuff in the greenhouse today, and I finally I'm sitting here thinking, where's it all going to go? So I'll be honest, once the not sweet peas, peas are in here, I've put my more broad beans out, which will go that gap there. The only bed that I'm going to have left is this bit here, which just needs a bit of a tidy up, won't take long. And that bit. Now my plan was to grow my pumpkins and courgettes in there. I may try putting my sweet corn in there, I'm not too sure, although I do fancy giving my sweet corn a shot in this bed. I know there's the three sister methods where you grow pumpkin or your squashes, your sweet corn and your beans together. I don't know whether to try that, but as you can see, there is not, it's a lot of, if it all comes out and I plant it all, there's not going to be a lot of room. So my plan is to put some stuff in containers. This red currant bush needs netting, so I can never get anything off that because the birds always eat it before me. I mean, this bed's going to be full of taters as well, plus I'm going to have some taters in containers. I'm going to start some light ones. But this last 2 weeks there's been a lot of growth, and it looks, I won't say smart, it's a lot of weeds, but at the end of the day it's an allotment, it's not a show garden. I'll figure something out. There's some bits and pieces in there that I'll feed the chickens there, just come out of the greenhouse. And to be fair, I could probably plant a few of them in the ground. I selected the strongest ones and potted what I could up. I've got some tomatoes at home that really could probably do with coming down here. So yeah, very I've just noticed the mint's putting some on growth on. I could do with clearing out. To be fair, that mint, I'll never do anything with it. I'll just leave it there. It's like a bit of a protection for the chickens. So yeah, quick tour of the plot. Ooh. First time I've noticed them. Yeah, quick tour of the plot. This weekend is it's a little later than normal that I'd normally do it. My taters are all going out there first. I think the first earlies. They are stuff from last year that went green. Save throwing them. Try a little experiment. Plant them in this bed. See what happens. So, as usual, like, subscribe, comment. Any questions, drop your comments below. And I'll catch you in the next one.